Walking it out with grace. That sounds really nice. But what does that really mean to me? Undeserved favor, Timothy 1:9. Compassion, Psalm 103 verse 8. Forgiveness, Romans 3:23 and 24. What did that feel like for me? Walking it out with grace. My letter is the letter A, which is my attitude. That's a settled way of thinking or feeling about someone or something. 1 Peter 4:1 says, therefore, since Christ suffered in his body, arm yourselves also with the same attitude, because whoever suffers in the body is done with sin. My next word is a assignment. A task or job you have been given. My next word is acceptance. The action of consenting to something. So what was my attitude while God was beginning to take me on this journey? Well, he was going to have to extend to me grace. So much grace where he'd given me strength that I didn't even realize that I had myself. So here comes the assignment where I needed access to do what God created me to do. There again, he's extending grace. During this grace period, God allowed me to be a part of a preparation process. So now my journey begins. My husband goes to the doctor. First he has COVID. And then as time progressed, he noticed that he's not feeling better. So he goes back to the doctor. This time the doctor decided he would do some blood work. Ladies say because of grace. Because of grace. So now that the blood work has been done, he's admitted to the hospital in Daytona. So back and forth from Titusville to Daytona, I traveled for 2 weeks. So here comes the hard part.
Take your time.
The diagnosis. The doctor says that his kidneys is only working at 4%. And they needed to find out why. It was because he has something called multiple myeloma, which is cancer in the bone marrow. Now God's grace really got to show up. So now the assignment begins. So while sitting in the doctor's office, God says to me, commune with him for 40 days. And so I looked at him and I started smiling, and he said, what's wrong? I said, I just heard God said to do communion for 40 days. So for 40 days we sat at the table and we did prayer, scripture, and communion. The scripture was James 5 verses 14 and 15, and I'm paraphrasing, and it says, where there is there any sick among you? Let him call the elders of the church. Let them pray, and the Lord shall raise him up. And if he have sins, committed sins, they shall be forgiven. So women, you know how men are. They do things thinking that we don't know. But we know. We knew all along. But because we don't say nothing, They think that we don't know. So women say because of grace.
Because of grace.
So now the preparation process began. Because I thought the 40 days was for his healing.
Yes.
And he was healed, but just not on this side.
Amen.
So with the preparation, it was to prepare his heart.
Amen.
And to prepare me to come in agreement with his will.
Yes.